Imagine being that person who's always ready, eager, and trying to get their attention. When they call, you drop everything and bend over backwards to make them happy, almost sacrificing your dignity in hopes of being valued. You come across as desperate, needy, and constantly seeking approval, not attractive. No one wants to choose someone who seems out of control or willing to give everything away for attention. Desperation kills attraction. It's hard to accept, but the sooner you realize this, the sooner you can stop pushing people away. Imagine waiting for a text back, checking your phone every 5 minutes, hoping today is the day they choose you and realize you're the one. It's sad, right? This kind of behavior repels individuals. No one will like someone who's always trying to please and validate others. You act like you're nothing without their attention, like your identity depends on them. Do you find that attractive? Do you want to spend your life with someone who continuously seeks your praise and throws themselves at your feet? No. You're teaching them that your life doesn't matter, so they won't choose you. Your presence has become background noise, something they can ignore. The truth you've avoided. You've lost your power and act like you don't matter, which is why they don't want you. You're sitting there wondering why they're not choosing you or prioritizing you. The truth is that you've become someone they don't need to prioritize. You gave them everything for free. You've made yourself the least desirable, therefore they're seeking elsewhere. Not because you're unworthy, but because you've made yourself so very available, needy, and desperate that others no longer appreciate you. But hear me out. It doesn't imply you're not worth choosing or valuable. It suggests you're doing this wrong. You're making things too simple. Others don't respect what they don't earn. Stop acting like you need them to complete you if you want them to select you. Stop chasing, asking, and waiting for attention to make them select you. Show them you don't need their approval. You must flip the script, and Stoicism helps. This video will teach you how to make people select you by dominating yourself, becoming so strong and in control of your life that they can't help but notice your value. Today is our day to stop playing games and control who chooses us. Imagine being the one who commands attention instead of begging for it. You attract others because you're transformed, confident, and self-assured. You don't chase, they approach. My friends, this is Stoicism's power. Marcus Aurelius remarked, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." By the end of this video, you'll know how to make people select you without begging. Trying to get their attention and prove your value has been your game. Today, I want you to make a bold, life-changing choice. Ready to quit letting them dictate your self-esteem? Ready to reclaim your power? If so, say, "I control my value." Write it down in the comments. This is for you, not them. You're not waiting for selection, taking charge of your tale. Today is your day to prove your value, so show them you're no longer desperate for their acceptance. People, we're going to explore 7 Stoic magical strategies that will change the dynamic and make people select you over everyone else. These powerful, time-tested Stoic principles put you back in control, not cheap techniques or manipulation. You'll transform your connections and prove your worth by using these methods. Ready to start? Let's begin these revolutionary steps. Number 1. Embrace Stoic detachment. Your behavior with them is why they're treating you so poorly, and you're not standing out. You're giving and displaying too much. Acting like their attention is everything. That's why you're not chosen. As you chase, you become an option, not a priority. You assume if you give more and love them more, they'll wake up and understand how awesome you are. But guess what? It won't. Here comes Stoic detachment. Controlling emotions is different from being cool or shutting them off. Let rid of this urgent need for their approval. Detach emotionally from their response to recover authority. People like self-reliant people, not those who beg. Epictetus remarked, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." You need to let go of this overwhelming want to be selected by them. Stop seeking their favor and live without it. You won't attract someone fresh if you're always available and seeking their attention. They'll keep hunting for someone who won't hurl themselves at them. Detaching from their approval makes you mysterious, which is attractive. That makes them question why you're not following them like everyone else. What about attracting a distant person? This matters more. Knowing you're constantly there makes them distant. They don't want to close the gap since you made it simple. When you step back and stop making them your universe, they notice you. Avoid being hostile. Be absent in a way that intrigues them. Think of a dog chasing its tail. It keeps going, but never catches it. It's exhausting to chase their attention in circles while they watch you indifferently. What happens if the dog stops chasing? Tail approaches. They wonder why you're not chasing them. The same with individuals. Stopping chasing lets them notice and move. I understand the difficulty. Your desire to be selected makes detaching difficult. Stepping back won't hurt you. It'll only help. It will be unpleasant at first. You'll want to text, check in, or remind them you exist. Don't. Detaching is about taking time for yourself, valuing your time, and showing them you're not dependent on them. Find things to value outside of them to incorporate this into your life. Goals, passions, and health should be your focus. Show them your world isn't about them. Trust me, they'll look at you differently after seeing that. You'll be seen as powerful, independent, and worth picking, not just another choice. Marcus Aurelius remarked, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Stoic detachment is about this. You can control your actions, but not theirs. When you show strength and let go of the need to be selected, they'll see you in a new light. Say, feel, and breathe. I release the need for validation. You control your story. You're valuable without being chosen. Number 2, raise your standards and stick to them. Let's talk about why they're not picking you, why they're treating you like an afterthought, and choosing someone else. You've set the bar too low, not because you're bad. You accept the bare minimum and act satisfied. What happens when you take scraps? Become a backup option instead of a priority. You must elevate your standards. How can they value you if you always accept less? When you let somebody give you half their attention, flake on you, or mistreat you, you show them how little you value yourself. Why should they pick you if you don't appreciate yourself? You can't expect to be treated like a gem if you're an option. Simply put, if you set low standards for how people treat you, they won't feel the need to climb above them. When you set the standard high and stop accepting conduct that disrespects your time, energy, and self-respect, things change. Stop attempting to impress someone new by doing everything for them. You're showing them you'll take their minimal effort. You're telling them, it's okay if you don't prioritize me. I'll still be here. But once you want more, they'll have to rise or leave. Trust me, the right people will rise. Raising your expectations is much more important if you want to attract a faraway person. They're distant because they don't have to do anything else. They know you'll stay on the sidelines if they can. Why bother if you haven't shown them why? Raising standards makes them either succeed or fail. They can choose, but you must show them you won't settle. Raise your standards for you, not them. Decide you're worth more than half-hearted attention and poor effort. Knowing that your time, energy, and affection are valuable means not wasting them on someone who won't reciprocate. Raising your standards requires self-respect, which attracts. Self-confidence attracts people. Imagine entering a rare diamond luxury boutique. Does the staff give discounts? Are they pleading for customers? No. They realize their worth, the value of their product, and that only those who recognize it will buy. You must view yourself similarly. You are that rare diamond. And if you're always on sale or providing discounts to unworthy people, you'll never find someone who values you. Stop accepting substandard behavior. Stop pursuing them when they go. Don't cooperate when they treat you like backup. You're not here to prove your worth. They don't deserve it unless they see it. You must demonstrate your refusal to settle for them to see it. Raising standards is uncomfortable. It will feel like you're pushing people away and making it tougher for them to stay in your life. But that's the idea. You're weeding out the unwanted and making room for the leaders. Not everyone will reach your new criteria. That's fine. Those that do are worth keeping. I promise you'll gain everything by boosting your standards. You'll earn respect, peace of mind, and people who want to be in your life because they see your worth and want to meet you where you are. Say, I deserve the best. Feel it in your bones. From here on, you'll lift the bar because you're worth more. You will demonstrate that they must earn your favor. Number 3, connect emotionally. It takes more than being attractive or saying the proper things to make them feel something true if you want them to select you over anyone else. Because physical attraction fades, but emotional connection keeps people hooked. You must connect into that emotional place, otherwise they would always feel incomplete. Are you connecting with people, or just trying to impress them? Differences exist. You can spend all your efforts trying to please them and still fail. Why? Because you're fake. Focusing on their approval rather than getting to know them, or them getting to know you, prevents a genuine connection. Being honest is key to attracting someone new, especially if they're used to being swooned. People are tired of false. They're tired of everyone saying, doing, and appearing to be something else. Dropping the act and showing them who you are makes you irreplaceable and makes them feel noticed and understood. No need to share your life story in the first 5 minutes. Listen, engage, and open up at the perfect time to show them you're more than you appear. Same methods apply to winning back a distant person. They may have left since your relationship doesn't feel authentic anymore. Maybe you focus too much on keeping them interested rather than expanding the relationship. While trying to win people over, you've stopped being yourself. People perceive it. Who wants to choose someone who continuously acts or puts on a show? Marcus Aurelius advised, be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. How does that relate to genuine emotional connections? First, be honest with yourself. Be yourself instead than pretending to please others. Restrict yourself to authenticity. Accept that others may not always get it. but those that truly connect with you will always choose you. Imagine walking through a forest and seeing two trees. One is tall, with bright green foliage. The other is shorter. The first tree seems impressive, but its roots are weak and could be knocked down by a strong wind. Though smaller, the tree has deep roots, strong and durable. Which tree would you trust in a storm? That distinguishes surface-level appeal from emotional attachment. Though shallow, the first looks decent. The second is solid. You must be someone with emotional depth they can count on in challenging times. But how do you make meaningful connections? It begins with attentive listening. Stop planning your next brilliant remark or how to impress them. Simply listen. People want to be heard. When you listen, you make people feel valued and understood. When understood, people open up and let down their guard. The genuine connection begins then. Repeat, believe, and write. I create real connections. Tell the universe you're done with surface-level interactions now. You want the actual stuff. You're here to make lasting connections. Because deep emotional connections make you someone they want to pick, not just contemplate. Number 4. Be independent and self-respectful. Maintaining your independence and self-respect is crucial if you want them to choose you over anybody else. We've discussed disconnecting emotionally and developing genuine friendships. Everything is based on this. You lose everything that makes you attractive, desirable, and worthy of choice if you lose these two things. Nobody wants a partner who has lost their identity. If you've constructed your life around this one person and base your happiness, feeling of worth, and self-esteem on how they feel about you, you've sacrificed independence and self-respect for affirmation. Though harsh, that's the truth, and they know it. People like those have their own lives, passions, and aspirations. You stand out because you don't require constant attention, approval, or affirmation to be entire. Keep your independence to show them that your world doesn't revolve around them, and that you're not waiting for their every move. I promise that makes people sit up and notice. Trying to attract someone new won't work if they think you're not busy. It looks bad. Would you want someone who drops everything when you give them attention? Someone who's always there and waiting? You're more inclined to choose someone who's thriving in their own world rather than merely existing in your shadow. It's independence. If your partner is far away, maintaining your independence is even more important. Maybe you started adapting your life to them, losing parts of yourself. Since you'll always be around, people tend to take you for granted. When you keep your life going and don't stop growing because you're in a relationship, they appreciate you more. They recognize they must equal your enthusiasm to keep you. Independence doesn't imply barricading yourself from others. It involves recognizing your worth beyond their opinion. With or without them, you must pursue your objectives, goals, and passions. Keep your independence to show them, I'm whole on my own, and I'm not relying on you to make me feel complete. This also affects self-respect. How you conduct yourself commands respect, not what others do. If you don't respect yourself, who will? Allowing others to treat you shows self-respect. When you tolerate disrespect and let people treat you like an option, you show them your low standards. Your low standards won't motivate them to improve. Picture a restaurant. You pay for a gourmet supper, but the waiter serves you half-baked, under-seasoned, and haphazard food. Would you accept it or send it back, demanding more because your money is worth more? Your self-respect operates similarly. If you accept less than you deserve, you're allowing them to mistreat you. If you value yourself, you won't accept less than you're worth. Self-respect isn't arrogant or demanding. Knowing your worth and refusing to settle for less is key. You gain respect from others when you respect yourself. Unnatural law. They'll recognize that if they want to be with you, they must regard you as you respect yourself. If you've lost yourself in the relationship, or are concerned that asserting your independence will drive them away, you may feel like you're walking a tightrope at first, balancing keeping them interested and staying true to yourself. However, clinging makes them pull away. People are drawn to strength, thus the more you stand alone, the more beautiful you seem. Marcus Aurelius remarked, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This applies to your relationship self-image. If you require someone else to complete you, you'll constantly feel incomplete. However, knowing your innate value and completeness will give you confidence and freedom. This energy attracts people. Focus on yourself first. Get back to your goals, hobbies, and passions. Spend time doing things that make you happy, not related to them. Define limits. Do not let them waste your time or efforts. Most essential, avoid giving up yourself to maintain them. You deserve better. Say, believe and feel, "I am whole on my own." You're enough. You can feel valuable without their approval. You can feel valuable without their approval. You are whole, powerful, and capable alone. Tell the world you've restored your freedom and dignity. Number 5. Communicate effectively and assert your needs. Nobody will read your thinking. If you expect someone to understand your needs without expressing so, you'll be disappointed. Must communicate. If you want them to see you and choose you over others, you must explain what you want, expect, and need. Holding back or not communicating simply frustrates yourself. Being quiet or easygoing may make you more likable, but it neglects your needs. People admire those who speak up and set boundaries. You can attract someone new without waiting for them to recognize what you require. Express your desires with confidence. Just be clear, not harsh or demanding. People are drawn to confident, outspoken people. If they look distant in your connection, it's even more important. If you believe you're giving more than receiving, say so. Never let resentment fester until it's unfixable. Openly expressing your needs encourages others to meet you at your level. They can't address your demands without knowing them. Successful communication is two-way. You must assert your wants and listen to theirs. When both parties feel heard and valued, the bond deepens and they select you. Say, believe, and write, "I speak my truth with confidence." You're no longer mute. You're voicing your needs and proving your worth. Number 6. Show growth. People like growth. To win people over, you must show that you're changing and not trapped in the same spot you were months or years before. Growth excites. Stagnation bores. Showing your growth makes you someone others want to see. Being arrogant or boasting about your accomplishments is not the point. It's about quietly showing them you're continually evolving and becoming better. Show them your progress in learning new skills, changing your thinking, or setting new goals. It says, "I'm growing." And if you want to be a part of this journey, you'll have to grow too. This is especially critical if your relationship has stagnated or grown distant. Maybe they're too comfortable and taking you for granted because they assume you're always the same. Once you focus on your personal growth, emotional maturity, professional success, fitness objectives, or a new hobby, they'll notice. They'll see that you're not content to stay still, and that upward momentum will make them realize they must level up or risk losing you. Growth can be difficult. It requires discipline, effort, and stepping outside your comfort zone. You may struggle, which is fine. Even when it's hard, keep going. Growth is about improving every day, not the destination. I grow stronger every day. Say it, believe it, and show the world you're improving. Let them know that if they want to be in your life, they must grow with you. Number 7. Avoid common mistakes that push them away. You may not be chosen because of your faults, which turn them off. Desperation kills. Constantly seeking validation, over texting, or trying to be recognized shows insecurity. People like confidence and independence, not neediness. Over-explaining is another error. Don't justify everything. Stick to your guns and let your actions speak. Losing oneself in the relationship is also bad. Sacrificing freedom, objectives, or friends for them will make you less desirable. You'll lose your attractiveness when they take you for granted. Manipulating or playing games is taxing. Authenticity, not tricks, is appealing. Being genuine will automatically attract them. I stop pushing. I attract. Say it, believe it, and tell the universe you're done with self-sabotage. The goal is to entice, not repel. Take action now that you know these strong Stoic strategies to make them select you. Remember that you're no longer chasing, settling, or making mistakes that drive people away. You're taking charge and showing them what they'll lose if they don't. If you found this helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Remember your affirmations. I control my value. Show the universe you're ready to be chosen.